Oh my, look at this. We got us some oregano. Hello and welcome back to the Adobe Ring Ranch. I'm not sure if you guys remembered a couple of videos ago, I talked about how I lost my herb plants to the winter chill this past winter. I think the problem was that we cut them down too late in the winter and they just didn't survive the winter. Regardless, I had a hard time finding replacement plants, but a couple of weeks back we found my thyme plant, and I did a video on planting that and where I decided to plant it. And I said that if I ever came across the oregano plants, I would pick one up and do the same treatment with that. I've got my oregano. They had it last week at the hardware store. This is actually an Italian oregano. I've grown Greek oregano before. It is a perennial. It will come back year after year if we trim it properly. I've grown this back east and it handled the winter just fine. The only trick is to make sure that you put it in a spot that doesn't get really wet, sopping wet. The ground needs to be well drained, and I would keep it in the sunniest spot as possible. Here I don't think I'm gonna have a problem with any of those two, so what I'm gonna do is just take this plant and do the same treatment as I did before with the thyme plant. I'm gonna stick it in between two of my garden beds just to let it be like a ground cover, but yet I'll be able to snip it and use it fresh or dry. I don't know if I mentioned this. This is an Italian oregano. I've grown Greek oregano before. I never grew them side by side, but I think the Greek oregano may have a stronger taste to it, but don't hold me to that. One day I'll have to do a side by side, but for right now I'm just glad that we were able to find my replacement plant. So in 2 seconds I'm going to get going on planting this and give you the final score. Alright, so here we are back at the thyme herb that I planted a couple weeks ago. And remember how in between the two beds I basically removed some of the stones in the center of this bed to create like a little planting pocket. Let's see if I can get out of the sun. And I loosened up the soil at the bottom of the hole, and I replenished the hole with some topsoil and some fertilizer just to kickstart the plant. And it's been maybe almost 3 weeks. It seems to be doing just fine, and it's already starting to spread. I think right now I'm watering this maybe every other day, but it's in a warm spot, so I'm going to keep that going for a while. And then in between these two beds is where I plan on putting the oregano plant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove some of these stones, create a little planting pocket, and I will scrape up the soil at the bottom and incorporate some new topsoil, some fertilizer, and I'm going to be putting this plant in the ground here just like I did with the thyme. And I will be, of course, mulching that with the no float cypress mulch just to keep the moisture in. And so let me get going on this little project, and I will show you the end results. Alrighty, the Italian oregano is in its permanent location. The hole has been prepared, the fertilizer's been added, it has been well watered, and I probably will keep it well watered for the next week. But the Italian oregano is in, and hopefully it will remain here for the rest of my days. It has all this space here to just creep and crawl and grow. Currently, I've got more than enough dried oregano from our last plant that we had last summer, so I won't have to nip or tuck this one for quite a while, unless it gets a little unruly, but I don't think it will do that. So that's a wrap on the oregano. So I've got my thyme, I've got my oregano, I've got my culinary sage, I have a couple of chives here and there, and I think that's going to be a wrap on my and the rosemary hedges in the front of the house, which I did dry some of that last year, but I didn't use that much rosemary. I just like to roll around in it. Anyway, so I've got all my herbs replaced. Everybody's in the ground, and we'll just keep them going through the next couple months and get them through the winter so they can live happily ever after here at the Adobe Ring Ranch.